everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to a live stream of American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. This is Yurok, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell. And also, don't forget to leave comments down below. All that stuff for you is free. It helps me and the channel grow. Now, we are going to be trying our best today to get through California, Oregon, and part of Washington. We're going to be going through the Northwest. So let's go ahead and go to contracts here. And we only have one or two more towns here in California. We have San Francisco and Ukiah. So we're hoping to get one to San Francisco because it's the furthest south, and that way we can keep heading north. So let's see if we can get a load for that. Now, Iowa is going to be coming out tomorrow, but it will be next week before you see Iowa on the channel because I will have pre-recorded videos already. But we will get it probably on Thursday's episode of next week. We will have Iowa, and we will start heading that way around Thursday of next week. Lots going to Sacramento. We don't need Sacramento though. We need San Fran. Come on, give me one for San Francisco. Not one for San Francisco. Wow. Is there one for Ukiah even? I don't even think there is. Well, Sacramento is where we are. Lots of in-town trips. Oh, there's one for San Francisco. It was just hiding from us. We'll take that one. Alright. So, like I said, we're going to try to get through as much of Oregon and part of Washington today if we can during our stream. And if you're watching the stream, don't forget to comment and let me know you're here. And if you want to see me go to a specific city that's in this area, even if we've been there before, I will be glad to do that. But we are going to go ahead and head to San Francisco. And then hopefully we can get one going to Ukiah from there. Alright, let's go ahead and go pick up our load. Hopefully today in our stream we'll at least make enough money to get us another truck and a new driver for our garages. That's kind of my goal, but we'll see how it works out. And when we get to San Francisco, we'll have to sleep. And then from there, hopefully, we'll get Ukiah, and then we're going to try to get up into Oregon. So, total is 17,000 right now. Hopefully we will be able to break into that 120, 130,000 range where we can get a new truck. We won't make a lot of money off these loads because most of them are going to be short trips, but we will try to take at least one good long trip today. Alright, that's the one we want right there. Alright. Let's get a trailer hooked up here. Just getting paid $633 for this load. You know, it's only 111 miles, so not too bad. And we're taking soybeans. Like I said, if y'all are watching, don't forget to comment, because we will be doing as much as we can today, trying to knock the Northwest down. Hopefully we will alright, looks like we've gotta go up here and do the loop-de-loop to get on the interstate. will have had videos recorded all the way through Monday, and we will be streaming Friday, but I will already have videos recorded for those days. That's why it'll be Thursday before we have Iowa, because I want to keep the videos and the streams in line. So we'll be getting into Iowa next week. Because I am about 3 days ahead right now on my recording. Because of the streams, I'm streaming twice a day now, usually between 10 and 11 in the morning and at 4 in the evening. Some days it may be pushed back a little bit later in the evening because of other things going on, but of course normally we won't be streaming on Wednesdays and Sundays, but Wednesday we do not have church, which is today. We don't have church tonight, so may do morning streams on Wednesdays, but we definitely won't be doing evening streams most Wednesdays because I'll be at church. So this trip is going to be very short. Only 70 miles left to go. Just had a drivers bringing in some money, so we're up to 21,000 now. Of course, the money's going to go up and down because of the loan installments. I don't know how many days we'll get done here in the game, but we should do quite a few. Definitely will be streaming this game next week, probably Friday, and that will be the focus of that stream. Most likely is going to be trying to knock Iowa out and get the event done that's going on. So got to get over. Paid our toll. Let's go. Let's see where we gotta park this thing. Looks like it's on the other side over there. It's going to be a tight one. Let's actually pull forward a little bit more. This thing, that was a tight squeeze. Alright, let's drop that off. Alright, let's go back to drive here. Alright, and we're gonna go right over here. William. Nice to see you in today. See you there. Glad you're joining us today on the stream. We are going over here where we can pick up, I believe it's a car dealership, and then we're going to sleep. Then we'll be taking a load, hopefully, to Ukiah. We're in San Francisco. Glad you're in here today. Do appreciate you being in the stream. Feel free to comment anything you like. Kind of, like I said, we are going to be going through the northwest area, mostly in Oregon probably today, but if we can get up into Washington, I want to try to complete as many of these as I can before we start on Iowa next week. So alright, taking us a long time to get to this dealership through these lights, but we're almost there. Looks like it's a Kenworth dealership. This is where we will rest up for the night. Oh, it's a Volvo dealership. It says Kenworth on the map, but it's actually a Volvo dealership. Just what we're driving. Well, let's go ahead and get over here where we can rest. Let's go ahead and go to sleep. We got some more drivers coming in. We're up to 39,000 now. Alright, let's go ahead and get us a job. We're looking for Ukiah, California, to knock off another city. There we go. 134 miles, 520 bucks. Let's see if there's another one that pays a little more. Well, there's one for 598. probably going to be our best bet. Yep. All right. So let's grab that one. We'll be picking up a backhoe, taking it to Ukiah. Let's go ahead and get spun around here. Up to 39,000 now. A lot of drivers came in overnight. Got a ways to go to pick up this backhoe. So this 100 and something miles is actually going to be close to 250. So we got to drive 99 miles to get it. But part of being a trucker, I guess. Well, we just got to turn around right up here. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking over at chat to see if anybody said anything. Pick up this backhoe and get headed to Ukiah, and then on to Oregon from there if we can. So San Francisco Bridge. So, about 70 miles to pick up our load. Hello, Mad Dog Gaming. Hello, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are heading to pick up a backhoe over here in San Francisco, going to Ukiah, which will be our last city in California that we need to unlock, and then we're heading over into Oregon. So if there's a place in Oregon you'd like to see us try to get a load for, comment, let me know. But welcome in, Mad Dog Gaming. Glad to see you. If you are watching, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button, and if you're interested in more videos and streams, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, don't forget to comment and leave comments down below if you're watching this on the replay. We will be streaming again Friday, but we won't be going into Iowa until next week, because I will have videos already pre-recorded, and I don't want to skip from California to Iowa and back and forth. So, but we still do 3 videos a week of ATS. And then we're going to be streaming it usually on Fridays, but next Friday's stream will probably all be about Iowa. Trying to knock those out. But welcome in, I'm glad you're here. We're going to be here for a little while, probably at least another hour or 2 hours and 15 minutes, so we're going to get a lot of these towns knocked out, hopefully. We stream until about 1 o'clock. Central Time. I don't know where y'all are, but I am in Mississippi, so that's my time frame. So I'm living vicariously through American Truck Simulator to do traveling. So alright, we gotta stop. Alright, we are almost at our destination here. okay. Alright, so you have a VTC you just made, trying to find a manager too. Yeah, I don't have any moderators or anything on my channel, but I'm a new streamer. I've only been streaming for about a week. I've been doing videos for about 7-8 months, but just started streaming. Let's go ahead and switch views here. Love the gates. I have hit quite a few of them, not paying attention. I almost hit that one. But yeah, I do about 18 videos a week, and anywhere between 8 and 12 streams. So, oh, oh, okay, I got you. You're making a game. I got you. That's cool. What game are you making? What kind of game is it? Oh, we already have our load. We just need to go over and pick it up. There's our backhoe right there. Let's get hooked up here. Alright, let's get on down the road, 134 miles. Switch back into our cab view, going across the water here. But yeah, I'd be interested to know what kind of game you're making. Would be interested in putting your game on my channel if it's something that, oh boy, almost did it again. I do mostly simulator games. I do play other types of games too, but mostly simulator. I play video games a lot because I'm disabled. So instead of just playing games for myself, I decided to start my YouTube channel. Alright, let's see what... Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, that's nice. So you're working with ATS. Okay. That's pretty cool. Other than gaming, I don't have any computer skills. I am a gamer. That's about the extent of knowing how to use a computer that I know how to do, is just playing games. Okay, cool. ahead and do that. You can link the Discord. I'll be okay with that. Toll bridge again. Yay! Alright, more money out of our pockets. Another $27. Definitely check that out after the yeah, I can't wait for that either. That's why I'm trying to knock all the West Coast stuff out now, so we can move east and just keep going that way as they release more. I'm really looking forward to them coming out to Mississippi as well. It'd be nice to drive around my home state. Tennessee is also, I'm from Tennessee, but I've lived in Mississippi most of my life. My wife is from Tennessee. But it'll be nice to see some of the South and the East Coast stuff come up. I haven't ever been past Virginia, and I was really young, so I don't really remember any of that. I do remember North Carolina. We spent some time there. Traveling and stuff, but I'm excited. I will be playing this game until all the states are released, so I really enjoy it. So it'll be cool seeing that, and it's nice to meet you. I'm glad you're in here. I will definitely be keeping an eye out for things, and I'll join your Discord. Can I find your Discord from your YouTube channel? Looks like you weren't able to put the link in there. Like I said, I'm new to streaming, so I don't know. But if I can go to your YouTube channel and get your Discord, I will definitely join and talk with you about that. Since I have time, I don't know what you need people to do, but I'd be interested. Got about 42 miles left to Ukiah. Get this backhoe loaded, and then we'll head on up into Oregon. Okay, sure. I'll definitely do that after the stream here. I can't drive and do other things. I'll end up driving off in a ravine somewhere and being stuck. But I will definitely check that out and make sure I send you a subscribe your way if I haven't already. I may have, I don't know. I have a lot of subscriptions. I'm subscribed to a lot of people. But I will definitely check that out after the stream and link to your Discord. And, be interested in talking with you about that. Alright, we're almost there. Miles. We're sitting at 39,000 in the bank right now. Like I said, my goal for this stream is to get through as much of Oregon as possible, and maybe buy a truck by the end of the stream if we can. It'll be our 15th truck, I believe, counting this one. We do have 4 garages. We just alright, Ukiah. Well, we've already gotten the achievement for California, but I wanted to get all the cities. Looks like we need to go up here. Conveniently, there's a gas station right here we can fill up before we head out. Drop this load off. Alright, this is going to be a fun one for me. We'll get it in there eventually. Alright, let's drop this one off. Let's go to drive. We're going to go up here to this little fuel station. Fill up before we get going. Actually, let's see what they got to offer here. Might as well pick one up going out if they got one going to Oregon. Let's see. All right. Nothing going to Oregon, but let's see what Hilt, Redding. We could take one to Redding, and that will put us right on the edge. All right, so I guess we'll grab that one. Alright, let's just back up and get this loaded. Looks like we're taking a dump truck. We got 283 miles for this one. So $959 taking a municipal truck. Okay, looks like a dump truck to me, but that'll work. Chat again. Almost ran off into somebody's yard. Watch out, Mr. Jeep. Crazy driver coming through. Alright, let's turn in here and get a little bit of fuel. Don't need a lot, but we'll go ahead and top it off, since we're going right by it. Heading on to Redding, California from here. And then up into Oregon after that. If you're wondering the reason why I chose Realistic Economy, when I first got the game, I started playing normal, and I thought it was too easy. to get going, buying trucks and stuff. So I chose realistic economy, and it has been a lot of fun. It does take a while to build up your fleet, but that also adds to the longevity of this playthrough. So I have a few other mods, mostly some engines and the minimal advisory screen, stuff like that. And I would link the mods down below if I knew how, but I don't. And I haven't learned how to do that yet. But like I said, it's mostly realistic economy, the minimal advisory screen, and then there's like 3 or 4 engine mods that I have. So not a lot of mods in the game. Mainly wanted the realistic economy. But do appreciate y'all being here today. Like I said, this is my 1 week anniversary of streaming. My first stream was last Friday. So, not even a week. It hadn't been a week quite, but we are. Alright, so there went our loan installment back down to 32,000. But we're gonna keep rolling for another an hour and 53 minutes or so. We should be able to knock out quite a few loads. We may not get there on the truck. I mean, that was just a goal, but our drivers have to bring in the money for that. Now, if we were playing on regular economy, we would definitely be able to do that. But 244 miles to go. Yeah, that'll be kind of cool. I think I was supposed to turn there. I was. It's an air reach. Yeah, the dynamic loading for the flatbeds will be kind of cool. That will be interesting for sure. This way. earlier in the series, I did have I still have the flatbed trailer. It's just one of my drivers is using it now, and it was neat driving for having to pick loads for our trailer, and eventually I would like to get a refrigerated trailer and start hauling loads. Spoke before. I'd like to do like 10 to 15 loads for Walmart or another company, and just go from place to place with them, just as a just contract driving sort of kind of role play there. But we're a little bit of ways away from that. I do have a hefty $2 million loan. And I would like to get at least some of that paid off. But, we might be able to take out more at level 30, I don't know. But we still got a little ways to go before we get to that. So okay, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely be interested in talking with you about that. I don't know exactly what I would do, but I might be able to do something. I definitely have the time. I would have started streaming earlier, but I needed a second monitor so I could have chat up at the same time and not minimize my game while playing. But I am enjoying the streaming so far, and it lets me meet new people. So, like I said, this just gives me something to do. I'm at home 95% of the time, other than going to doctors and to visit my mom and going to church. I don't leave the house very often. Go shopping every now and then. But I had my right leg amputated below the knee, so I can't drive. So I'm stuck here most of the time. And I have a bone disorder that allows me not to be able to do a lot of walking because I don't want to lose my other foot. And so I primarily sit in the wheelchair most of the time. My wheelchair fits right up under my desk, so it works out good. But I never did drive trucks. I've driven a box truck a couple of times, and I've driven buses, but never been in a big truck, so doing this is kind of fun for me. But I definitely love this game, and I know a lot of modders have put a lot of work into it. I just not a huge fan of having a lot of mods, not having one or two. Like I said, I picked up some engine mods. I don't even remember what they're called. It's been so long, but we could probably show that here once we get this load. I can back out and kind of show y'all what mods I'm running. Since we're streaming, I have a little bit of extra time to do that. left Sacramento not too long ago. Beginning of the stream, that's where we were. Alright, we got 135 miles left to go. We'll get there around 6:30, somewhere in there. And we'll rest again and head into Oregon after that, hopefully. Now, I don't have the resting thing cut on because sometimes I go a little long, or sometimes I like driving at night, not very often, but I do have that cut off, and I have fines and all that cut off as well, just because realistic economy makes it hard enough to, because I think the ticket prices didn't change with realistic economy, so I did play around with it a little bit, and the few tickets I got are, more expensive than some of the loads I was getting, so I cut that off. But I do try to follow most of, other than the speed limit. Like, if I can go 65, I'm gonna go 65. I pretty much stick to external contracts. We do some regular contracts, but mostly external contracts, because I can usually get loads to go where I want. And most of the events require you, to use the external contracts, so that's why I do that. You have a bigger variety of loads coming from external contracts, so. And I know it's 55 in California, but I'm doing 65 because I can. It's as fast as I can go, so I'm gonna go that. But other than speeding, I try to follow the traffic signs most of the time. I have run a few lights here and there. Some of them because I wasn't paying attention, and the other ones just because I was ready to go. Got tired of sitting there and waiting for a light to change. I wouldn't do that in real life, but in real life I can't drive anymore, so. But we are 82 miles away from Redding here, and I will, when we get here, I will save the game and back out to the main menu, and I'll show you what mods I have loaded. Best way I know how to do that, I'm not sure how to do the linking in the description down below. I mean, I could probably figure it out, but I just got a good luck kiss from my wife, Pam, so, and she's riding with us over here. That's another mod I have. I don't remember what it's called, but it gives you a bunch of stuff you can put in your truck, including people. She's been riding with us since day one, except for the one week that we drove for other companies. I decided to give my truck to one of the drivers because we were getting ready to buy a new one, and I just drove on some quick jobs for a little bit. And our next truck we buy, this is a Volvo. The next one we buy is going to be a Peterbilt, as requested by one of our viewers. So when we get to level 30, we will be buying a Peterbilt truck, and we'll drive that one to level 40. And then I'm not sure which one we're going to go with after that, but it won't be a Volvo, a Peterbilt, or a International, because International is what I started with. So I want to experience all the different trucks in the game. driven, I think, all of the different trucks so far when we were doing quick jobs and stuff. But as far as driving them, for a length of time, we want to buy one of each. And then when we get to level 80, I will decide what kind of truck I want to kind of roll with for the end game. If we make it that far, I'm sure we will. Because even after all the states come out, I'm still going to play, because I want to be able to do some across the country loads and stuff like that for streams. That'll be kind of go from coast to coast. Now I know there is a coast to coast map, but after watching some other people that use that mod, you're not really able to buy garages and stuff in those places, because if you do, when that map comes out, they may not be in the same place. So I haven't decided to go with that. I'll just play them as they come out. Hopefully they will continue to put out states. We've got Arkansas and Missouri earlier. I think Arkansas was last year, and then Missouri was earlier this year. And Iowa is coming out tomorrow, but I won't be getting it until next week. I said, excuse me, I am disabled, so I only get paid once a month. But I will be getting the Iowa DLC when it comes out, or next week. Like I said, next Thursday's episode and then Friday's stream, we will probably be getting to Iowa and then going through Iowa. But I will be streaming this game again Friday, and it's going to be more trying to get through the Northwest states. We will make it into Oregon today and hopefully get a few loads knocked out. Try to knock out as many as we can. The only states we have left are Oregon and Washington, a few in Idaho, and then we have Cody, Wyoming, and then it's Kansas, Nebraska, and Oklahoma. So once we get done with Iowa, we will probably start working on those. That's why I want to try to get as many of these northwestern states knocked out. I really wasn't anticipating Iowa to come out this soon. I was thinking it was going to be probably around August for it to come out, but hey, it's good that they keep bringing them out. So I'll be a little bit behind on the event, but we will get the event completed, and we will, like I said, next Thursday and then Friday stream, and then probably if we don't finish in Friday's stream, we'll finish it up in Saturday's episode, but we'll see. I do put out ATS 3 times a week, and this week I'm streaming it twice, but most weeks it will be just once. Like I said, today I normally wouldn't be streaming, but since we don't have church, I am going to use that opportunity to do some streaming. We will be streaming some Stardew Valley this afternoon, so if you're interested in that game, we'll be doing that at 4 o'clock. Take me a 3-hour break in between streams so I can eat and maybe take a nap sometimes. I'm an old man, so taking naps has become one of my favorite things to do. Alright, let's get in here, get this load delivered. One thing I am gonna do when we get into back out into the games, I'm gonna change this option of picking the load to always pick the hardest. When I first started playing, I was terrible at backing up, so I always chose the easy route. But now we don't do that anymore. Now, I have been a few that I've just like given up on because I just couldn't get it lined up right, and to keep me from getting frustrated, I would just let them complete the back end for us. I didn't want to turn quite that sharp, but I needed to get around this thing. Alright, let's pull up over this way. And then we'll get him backed up in there. Be a little easier. Get this municipal truck, as they called it, backed in here. I would call it a dump truck, but hey, it is what it is. Alright, it's close enough for me. Alright. Real quick. Let's go ahead and continue here. Let me save the game real quick. And then we're going to go back to the title screen. And to show you what mods we have. Alright, so we have Caterpillar C18 engines, we have engine and transmission compilation, we have real world signs and logos, have realistic companies, gas stations, billboards, minimal advisory, realistic economy, and then we have this mega pack of cabin accessories. Alright, so that's, yes, I really want to exit the mod manager. Let's go back into the game. But that's what mods we're running. Just 7 of them. Most of it is, cosmetic stuff. So, alright, let's try to get on into Oregon here. I'm going to take a sip of my water. Alright, so we need anywhere but the Dollies, Portland, Salem, and Medford. What was that? Alright, this one is going to Ontario, Oregon. That is a good trip. Let's see if we can get one a little closer. Bend, Oregon? That's a little bit farther north. Ideally, I would like to get either Klamath Falls or Lakeview. Because those are in the southern part. That one's a little bit closer. We may come back to that one. think that's the one we're gonna go. Well, we've already been to Medford. What was the other? Alright, yeah, I think we're gonna take that one to Coos Bay, Oregon. Let's grab that. Taking Lemonade. Alright. Now we are gonna rest, but we're gonna go pick up our load first. We will rest. We'll find us a resting point after we pick up our load. Wanted to go ahead and grab that one before it disappeared. Well, actually, there is a rest area right there where we're going. So we'll grab the load, then rest. We won't worry about fueling up until we get to the next stop, but we are going to rest so we don't have to drive at night. Looks like we've got something to discover up here anyway, so we'll probably do that and then pick up our load and then we'll rest. Looks like a recruitment agency right here, so we're going to go in there and get that. Then we'll come pick up our load. So alright, so we have discovered another recruitment agency. Alright, let's get over here and pick up our load. Since it was just right across the street, might as well get it, right? Alright. I forgot to change that option. We'll do that here after we pick up the load. That way we don't have to select that option anymore. It'll save us a little bit of time. Alright. Well, if y'all are watching, don't forget to comment and chat so I can talk with you. I do appreciate all of those who have been here so far. Alright, let's get that loaded real quick. Let's go to options. Alright. So parking. So gameplay. try to find this. We're looking for break or for Alright, there it is. We want skilled parking every time. Alright. Let's get back on the road here. Let's go over here and get us some sleep. Let's see on the map. Yeah, we'll come right here and rest. And Sesame. Alright. So yeah, we are taking a truckload of lemonade to Coos Bay, Oregon. But we are going to go to sleep first. Got about an hour and 22 minutes left, so we will get a few loads to Oregon in. Maybe 2 or 3. Let's go ahead and looks like our fueling is on the other side. So we'll fuel up on the way out. Let's just go ahead and get us some sleep. Actually, we don't even really need the fuel. So we'll just sleep and move on. Alright. We are up to 43,000. Several drivers bringing in loads there. Plenty of gas or diesel, so we're not gonna fuel up. We're just gonna head back out. We'll fuel up in Oregon, as we still have about 1,100 miles we can go. Right. Let's get on the road. Alright, so we have 364 miles to where we're going. 43 miles left. The city I really wanted to go to start off, but maybe we can get a load going back that way. 179 miles left. Love these curvy roads. Slowing us down, making us get there later than we wanted to, but that's okay. We're at 232 miles left. We're up to 43,000. So drivers are bringing in money. 44,000 now. Almost 45. Now hopefully we can get this one here early enough to get another load in before we have to rest again. Make a little extra cash. you are watching, don't forget to comment and let me know you're here. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you want to see more videos and streams, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. All that stuff will help, and it's free for you, doesn't cost you anything. But I do appreciate y'all being here with me. But I'd love to hear from you, so please chat in the comment field over there. We are headed into Oregon. Actually in Oregon now, but we're headed to Oregon, our first town in Oregon, on this trip anyway. We've been to a few in the old days, but we are getting pretty close. 164 miles, and then hopefully, like I said, we can get another load going out that's close enough that we can do it in the same day, where we don't have to rest in between. Just have to see when we get to Coos Bay where we can get a load going from there. Down to 118 miles left. we are just now entering. There goes our loan installment. Takes us back down to 37,000. And we started the day with 17,000 though, so we're still up 20 grand for the stream anyway. And we should be able to get a good bit more money in. Like I said, again, we will be streaming this Friday. We won't be going to Iowa. We will be staying in the Northwest here. Trying to knock as many of these down as possible. And then also Saturday's episode will still be in the Northwest, but Monday's episode we will start heading back east toward Iowa, so we can get there for that on Thursday. And then Friday, our whole stream next Friday, not this Friday, but the next Friday, will be about Iowa. Trying to get all that stuff knocked down and discovered, get the event completed. But we'll be a little bit behind, but that's okay. We'll get it done. They give you several weeks to do it. We'll get it done next week. Next Friday's stream, we will definitely get that done. So hopefully between today and Friday, we'll knock a lot of this out in the Northwest. We may not get it all, but we'll get most of it. Up there, hit the wrong thing. But we will be streaming ATS Friday morning as well, so from 10 to 1 Friday, unless things change, but I don't foresee that happening. Up a long winding hill. Oh no, we're going back down now. Should put us over the threshold for gaining a level to level 27. destination here. 13 miles. We're in Coos Bay. I didn't see the delivery only part right there, so I'm going to back up a little bit. Alright, we did get to level 27, and we are going to go ahead and put it in fragile cargo. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's look to the job market here. Alright, so Klamath Falls or Lakeview is what I want. So let's see if we can get one of those. There's one to Lakeview. We'll select that one unless we can find one that pays a little more. Well, there's one to Klamath Falls, which is even more money, so let's do that one. That's probably going to be the one we take. Yep. Alright, so let's do that. We're taking insulation panels. Delivering them to Amos Furniture. And it is literally right down the road, so don't have far to go to pick it up. Nothing of note here. Up to 49,000 now. Come on, let's go. Green light, let's go. This will probably be our last load of the day, though. By the time we get there, it'll be pretty close to the end of our stream time. So, didn't make enough money to get a truck, but we definitely should by Friday. On Friday's stream, we should be able to buy a new truck. Because we still have quite a few loads to go before we'll be done with that stream. So we're almost halfway there. Alright, let's get these insulation panels delivered. And we will call it a day for our stream. Like I said, there will be a video of this tomorrow and also another stream on Friday, so be looking out for that. Okay. Those things were not down. What kind of damage did it do? It's mostly tire damage. Let's see. Well, it doesn't matter. The train caught us. Alright, we got 340 miles to go to get this one done. Head on to Klamath Falls, is that correct? Is that where we're going? Yep, Klamath Falls, alright. Said we got about 340 miles to go. We'll get there, we'll deliver, and that will be where we call it a day. Well, we're going to be driving a little bit at night. We'll get there about 11 o'clock at night, but not too much. Last 90 miles or so will be at night when it's dark. We're gonna get there as quick as we can. Of course, if the traffic in these roads do like they have been, then it may be even later than that when we get there, because they have been atrocious. Traffic, not so much the roads. The roads are what they are, but some of this traffic just stops on a dime for no reason. It says 55 and they go 30, or 45 and they go 20. So we got a good line of traffic in front of us, so we're not going to be able to get up to speed very much unless we get into a straightaway. But hopefully there won't be a whole lot of braking going on up here. And that's being hopeful because they are already doing it. Alright. Alright. At least we lost a couple of them on that road. So maybe we can make up some time now. Never seems to fail though. I'm always going to get behind somebody that brakes every time there's a curve. And by braking, I'm not talking about slowing down. I'm talking about just slamming on the brakes. But that's how the AI traffic works. Nothing I can do about it. Just have to deal with it. But we're almost, like I said, 300 miles away. Almost done with our stream today. But like I said, there will be a video tomorrow Be more of the same in Oregon. And then Friday, hopefully we can at least knock out Oregon and part of Washington, but we'll just have to see how things go. If we don't, that's fine. Saturday's video, we'll do another load in this, like I said, in the Northwest. And then Mondays, we'll be heading toward Iowa from wherever we are. And then Thursday's episode, hopefully we'll be getting to Iowa and actually start working on that on Friday. Friday's stream will be all about Iowa. If y'all are enjoying the stream, don't forget to comment. Don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button, that notification bell. Help out the channel. I appreciate it, but I do appreciate you watching, whether you do those things or not. I said I am having fun with it, and I hope y'all are enjoying it as well. So we're back up to 51,000. So we broke the 50,000 mark at least. Another 70,000 or so, and we'll be able to buy a new truck, unless we can get one really cheap, which it'll have to be a used truck, you know, with less than 100,000 miles. We won't buy it if it has more than that. There was a truck for like 42,000, but it had like 380,000 miles on it, and I'm not going to buy that. Because then I would just have to repair it pretty soon after, and I'd end up spending more on it than what I paid for it. So, see, like this guy, why did he brake? There's nothing in front of him. It drives me nuts. Wide open road in front of him, and he just slammed on the brakes. I guess maybe there was a dog in the road or something, I don't know. I mean, I would brake for a dog, I ain't gonna lie. But I didn't see a dog. Didn't see anything. He just slammed on the brakes. But anyway, 262 miles to go. I'm gonna get there at 11 o'clock, well, 11:10 right now. It'll probably be later than that because this guy in front of us is going to slow us down, because he's, instead of slowing down, he slams on the brakes. All you got to do is take your foot off the gas, man. Of course, he looks like he's hauling something pretty heavy in that liquid trailer, so maybe he's scared to get sideways or fishtail or whatever. And it looks like we got an ag stop up here too, so that's just going to put us even further behind. So it'll probably be midnight or later before we get there, to be honest. There's another $2,200 coming in. Yeah, I know. Y'all gonna check this insulation for agricultural standards? Yeah, it doesn't make sense for us to have to stop for that when we're hauling insulation, but it is what it is. Part of the game. Alright, let's get on back down the road. $245 miles. This will definitely be our last load for the stream, because we won't be able to get another one done in the time frame. And also, I'm starting to get hungry. So, and then my wife will tell you, when I get hungry, you don't want to be around me. I get hangry. So we will be stopping after this load, but we still got 237 miles to go, so a little bit longer. At least we did lose the guy that was brake checking on us every 10 seconds. So maybe we'll be able to make up a little time. Already 11:30 now when we're going to get there because of all the braking and the stop at the ag stop. But maybe we can make up a little bit of time on this road. Nobody coming that way. But we got some more snaky roads, so probably will be 12 o'clock or later when we get there. Love driving on these snaky roads at night. Now. Drivers are doing work for us. It's some pretty country through here, though. Mountains and trees and different things. Just slower roads. That's all right. Having breakfast food for lunch today. We'll be having sausage and biscuits and tomato gravy, one of my favorites. I can't see my wife, but I can tell she just smiled because she loves biscuits and tomato gravy too. That's what we're gonna have for our lunch today. Like I said, later on this afternoon we will be streaming Stardew Valley, so join us for that if you're interested in Stardew Valley. We are in year 2 of spring. We'll be trying to finish up spring in that stream to get on to summer. And then tomorrow we will be streaming Grocery Store Tycoon and Dinkum, so let you know what a few things coming up there. And like I said again, Friday we'll be streaming American Truck Simulator and also Parcel Simulator, I believe. No, Teddy's Haven. Teddy's Haven on Friday. Parcel Simulator will be on Saturday. But those are what we are going to be streaming for the rest of this week. I haven't scheduled them all yet. I'll do that later on today. Get all those scheduled for the weekend. 167 miles left. And as of right now, we're still getting there at 11:30s. This road hadn't been as evil to us as the other ones were. But it is getting dark. Nothing we can do about it. We're just going to keep on rolling. Get there when we can get there. There's another $2,900 coming in from one of our drivers. Left. Okay. I don't like driving at night. I can't see. Knew I was going to be turning, but couldn't see the road. Alright, but we were able to turn around there. So that worked. Let's get our lights on. That's why I couldn't see. Let's go. Go, go, go. Put the pedal down. Alright, 93 miles left. Alright, we got 64 miles left. $1,000 coming in. We're up to 59,000 now. miles left. Just gotta go around this series of curves here and we'll be at our Amish Furniture or Amish Furniture. I'm not sure how it could be either one. I think it's Amish, but discovered, so we are in the town we need to be, obviously, because we're only a few miles away. We definitely need to get fuel soon. Don't know if there's a fuel place here or not. We'll see. It's been the longest 3 miles ever. Get around this corner here, and we'll be parking our load. Oh, nope, didn't turn sharp enough. Back up just to here. There we go. Let's see where we gotta deliver this thing here. Right there. Let's go ahead and spin around. Actually, you know what? We'll let them park it. This is where we're going to end for today. I do appreciate y'all being with me here today, and I hope you enjoyed the live stream. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, and also don't forget to leave comments down below. All that stuff for you is free and it helps me and the channel grow. And I do appreciate all the support you've given me so far. You guys rock. I love you guys. Hope that y'all have a blessed day. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye now.